Something seismic is happening behind the walls of Windsor Castle. A war is quietly unfolding within the royal family, and it's not the one the world expected. Prince William, the man destined to one day wear the crown, has reportedly made a shocking move that no one saw coming. He's issued an ultimatum, not to a foreign government, not to a political rival, but to Queen Camilla herself. The stakes? Nothing short of the future of the British monarchy. What has caused this power struggle to ignite between William and Camilla? What could possibly spark a rift that threatens the very foundation of the royal family? This is the story they've been desperately trying to hide. The breaking point came on the evening of March 18th, 2026. The Nigerian state visit to the United Kingdom, a milestone event, marked a significant diplomatic occasion. Nigerian President Bola Tinubu was welcomed to Windsor Castle for a grand state banquet, an event that demanded the full attention of the monarchy. The cameras were rolling, the world was watching, and the royal family was under intense scrutiny. But behind the scenes, Prince William was fuming. According to multiple sources, William's fury wasn't directed at the visiting dignitaries. It was aimed at the palace schedule itself. Charles, visibly fatigued, was set to attend the banquet despite his declining health. William, seeing his father's weakness, felt that Charles was being pushed too hard, especially when his health was in a fragile state. What made William angry wasn't just the physical toll it would take on his father. It was that Camilla insisted on going ahead with the grueling schedule. In a deeply personal moment, William felt his father was being forced into a situation that could risk his well-being for the sake of the monarchy's image. The situation reached a boiling point after the state banquet. Camilla had insisted that Charles's presence was essential, especially given the high-profile nature of the event. But after the dinner, as Charles showed clear signs of exhaustion, William became more vocal. He repeatedly urged Camilla to reconsider Charles's role in such demanding events, suggesting that his father's health should be prioritized above royal appearances. However, Camilla, who has long stood by her husband's side, disagreed. She believed that Charles's public image and diplomatic engagements were vital, both for his morale and for the monarchy's stability. To Camilla, maintaining a visible, active role in royal duties was a matter of pride and duty. But this clash of ideologies set the stage for a dramatic power struggle. What started as an issue of Charles's health quickly escalated into a confrontation between William and Camilla, one that would change the direction of the royal family forever. In February 2026, just weeks after the state banquet, another explosive development shook the palace. Prince William gave Camilla a clear ultimatum. The stakes were now personal. Sources report that William demanded that Camilla sever ties with Sarah Ferguson, Prince Andrew's ex-wife, or face his disapproval. The tension had reached its peak, and William was no longer playing politics. Why was this demand so significant? Because Camilla had a long-standing friendship with Sarah Ferguson, one that predated her marriage to Charles. Their bond had survived the scrutiny of royal scandals, but William believed it was time for the royal family to distance itself from Sarah's controversial past, particularly in light of Prince Andrew's ongoing legal troubles. For William, the royal family's reputation was everything, and that reputation was being tarnished by Fergie's involvement in the family's affairs. Camilla's refusal to cut ties with Sarah only deepened the rift between her and William. The ultimatum was clear. If Camilla wanted to continue her influence in the royal family, she would have to choose between family loyalty and protecting the monarchy's image. But Camilla refused to bow to William's pressure. To her, Sarah was more than just a royal scandal. She was a friend. William's demand felt like an attack on her personal integrity, and she was unwilling to comply. But this isn't just about royal duties and public appearances, it's personal. At the heart of the conflict between William and Camilla lies the deep emotional wounds left by Princess Diana's death. William has never fully forgiven Camilla for the affair that led to his parents' divorce, and every confrontation with her brings back old pain. In many ways, William sees Camilla not just as a stepmother, but as someone who disrupted his family at its most vulnerable point. As the years passed, William and Camilla had built a cordial relationship, one that was never truly warm. And now, in the midst of a growing palace conflict, those unresolved emotions have come to the forefront. When William sees Camilla pushing his father to continue with exhausting royal duties, he's reminded of the past, reminded of the woman who became his father's wife, and the one who, in his eyes, helped destroy his family. Every moment of tension between them is tainted by the ghosts of Diana's legacy. The situation only worsened with the release of Tom Bower's bombshell biography, Betrayal, Power, Deceit, and the Fight for the Future of the Royal Family. The timing of the book's release, just as tensions were boiling over, could not have been worse. Among the many shocking revelations was a claim that Camilla accused Meghan Markle of brainwashing Prince Harry, reigniting the drama between the Sussexes and the rest of the royal family. For William, this was the last straw. He had worked tirelessly to separate the royal family's public image from Harry and Meghan's drama. But now, with Camilla's name once again dragged into the mess, William felt the monarchy's image was at risk. The timing of the book's release was a calculated strike, and it only added fuel to the fire that was already raging within the royal family. As these tensions unfold, one thing is becoming clear. William is preparing for the throne in a way that few ever expected. He's not just waiting for the crown to pass to him, he's already acting like the monarch, making decisions that will shape the future of the British monarchy. While Camilla and Charles fight to hold on to the crown's fading relevance, William is carving his own path. He is ready to take charge, and the royal family's future may depend on his ability to push past the obstacles that Camilla represents. What may seem like a simple family feud is, in reality, a constitutional crisis in the making. This power struggle is not just about personalities. It's about the very future of the British monarchy. As William quietly positions himself for the throne, his choices will define the monarchy for generations. The decision to distance himself from Camilla and her allies may be just the beginning of a series of changes that will reshape the monarchy's future. And for Camilla, the question remains, what happens when William is king? Will she accept a secondary role, or will her resistance to his authority cost her everything? Prince William isn't just preparing for the throne. He's already acting like a king. As the British monarchy faces an unprecedented crisis, the future of the royal family is being shaped by William's bold moves. What's more shocking than this? Camilla, once the trusted queen consort, is now at risk of losing everything. When William ascends to the throne, Camilla's life will change forever. But the question remains, will she accept William's new vision, or will she fight for her place? The story unfolding inside Buckingham Palace is more dramatic than any royal tale before it, and it will leave you stunned. Prince William's actions over the past few months have raised eyebrows, not just within the royal family, but among critics and insiders alike. His rise to power hasn't been quiet. He's been making calculated moves that speak volumes about his future reign. With King Charles's health faltering due to his battle with cancer, William has been stepping into his father's shoes in ways no one expected. But his actions haven't just been about stepping up to help his father. They've been about securing control of the crown. His workload, often seen as a personal matter, is quickly becoming something far bigger. It's not just about preparing for the throne, it's about taking charge of the monarchy. And in doing so, William has made it clear that the royals can't afford to wait for a smooth transition. He's already acting as if he is the king, and Camilla is in his way. Critics argue that Camilla, in her devotion to Charles, has only been trying to help him continue his royal duties, as his health permits. But over time, William has seen things differently. While Camilla initially seemed to agree with William's calls for a reduced schedule for Charles, her support for her husband's determination to continue his royal work has begun to shift. To her, halting Charles's duties would mean stripping him of his purpose, and she wasn't ready to take that away from him. The real conflict lies deeper than just royal duties. There's a precedent to be set. William isn't just managing royal schedules, he's challenging Camilla's authority in a way that no heir apparent has ever done before. He's telling a sitting queen, you don't get to choose your family, your friends, and what you do. This is unheard of. William is not yet king, yet he's dictating terms within the royal family that feel more like those of a reigning monarch than a future one. William has witnessed his father's decline, the fallout from Andrew's scandal, and the bitter departure of Harry and Meghan. He knows the monarchy is fragile. He can't wait for the official handover of power. He's already acting on behalf of the crown, making decisions that may define the monarchy for decades. And for Camilla, this shift in power is unsettling. She's seen her role evolve since her marriage to Charles, from a woman at the center of royal controversy to the queen consort. But with William's rising influence, her role in the royal family is now in question. The story isn't just about William taking control. It's about the dramatic shift in royal power dynamics. For years, Camilla's rise has been slow but steady. She was once a symbol of scandal, but transformed into the queen consort. However, William's approach to the monarchy isn't about preserving the status quo, it's about modernizing it. And Camilla's involvement in the royal family might be one of the first casualties of his vision. For Camilla, the stakes couldn't be higher. She's already been the subject of royal snubs, from public criticism to personal attacks. Now, she's at risk of losing her royal status altogether. William's growing authority means that her title, her position, and her family's connections could be reevaluated in a way that no one saw coming. Camilla's family, particularly the Parker Bowles clan, have long benefited from their ties to royalty. However, William's vision for the monarchy means cutting off relationships that could tarnish its image. Camilla's close ties to her family and supporters have only made her more vulnerable in William's eyes. He's determined to cut any connections that could be seen as a threat to the monarchy's reputation. As William moves closer to the throne, the question is no longer whether Camilla will remain a central figure. It's whether she will even have a place in the royal family's future. Reports have surfaced suggesting that William is already preparing for a new order in the monarchy, one where only those loyal to his vision will hold influential positions. For William, the future is clear. He wants a monarchy that is leaner, more focused, and free from the baggage of past scandals. He has made it clear that Camilla's family ties are one of the last significant obstacles to achieving that vision. With Charles's time limited, William is preparing for the inevitable, and Camilla's role will not be as easy as she hoped. So, what happens when William becomes king? The stakes could not be higher. Camilla's position as queen consort will likely be reassessed. It is not about tradition anymore. It's about William asserting control over every aspect of the monarchy, from titles to duties, and Camilla is at risk of being left behind. Christopher Anderson, a royal expert, pointed out that Camilla's future role in the monarchy will be subject to review, with some insiders suggesting that William will ultimately decide what influence, if any, she will have. Even her title of queen consort could be stripped away, with a more symbolic role in the royal family being the most likely outcome. But the real question remains: will Camilla accept William's vision, or will this family battle for the future of the monarchy spill into public view? As William quietly asserts his authority, it becomes clear that the monarchy will never be the same again. If you want to discover what happens when Prince William becomes king, and how it will change the future of the British monarchy forever, visit my channel for the full story. Don't miss out. Subscribe and stay tuned for more shocking revelations.